Good morning, everybody. I'm back with another practicing live. Uh, when I started these, I kind of set a schedule for myself so that I could. I worked backwards from where I wanted to be, which is having a solid and musical performance that I'm happy with on January 20th. Notice I didn't say perfect. That's a uh, big mindset hack for me. So I want that on the 20th. So I want 2 weeks where I can really be practicing performing. And you'll have to come back and watch those lives to see what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of very specific techniques that I've learned recently to help me practice performing. So I'm going to be doing those. But before that, I want to get everything up to tempo and solid before I start doing these performance practicing techniques. And I'm very much on track for that. I'm really pleased with how it's coming. But I've noticed that there are certain spots that are problems. And while I was getting ready, I was thinking about all the students that I've taught, and pretty much everyone that I have taught, regardless of level or speed of learning or kinesthetic gifts, pretty much everyone had problem spots. Some people might have had fewer, some people might have had more, but almost everybody has a spot that's hard for them that they don't do as well at as other sections of the piece. We do have another class of people who have what they call random mistakes that mostly seem to pop up at the teacher's house. That's my house. And of course, almost never happen at their house, supposedly. And what that's about is if you practice and you make a mistake and you just keep going, then you're going to be embedding these sort of mistakes that occur every once in a while without prediction. And then you'll have like a whole bunch of them that sort of just pop up like whack-a-mole. There's other reasons you could have that. One would be not having the same fingering every time. That could cause that same kind of feeling of unreliability, and you just don't know when it's going to go wrong. But I'm talking about folks that have nailed down those problems, and you just always seem to have a problem with certain specific spots. So really important to know where those places are. Just circle them in your music. I've shown before on the lives, I keep track of those places in a I have this program. It's an Apple program called Freeform. It's not a commercial for Apple or anything. It's just if you have Apple, you already have the program. You can see there. It's just a program for where you can collect a whole bunch of images into one kind of a board, like a board that you can zoom in and out. I think there's a lot of other programs that do that too. So whenever I find a problem spot, I just take a screenshot on the iPad and pop it right here into this program. And then it's easy for me to know where all those problem places are and to revisit them regularly. Okay, I'm trying to change my Wi-Fi because that's important to keep the battery up on the iPad. So that's one way I track the problem spots. Another way I track them is here in Fourscore. It's easy to write on your music and then erase it. So I put a big circle around it. With paper music, I used to, for students, we would use Post-it flags, and I also have these tapes that someone gave me. It's called Really Good Stuff. And it's, whoops, there we go. It's like a Post-it. It peels off, but you can stick it over your music and it kind of makes it look highlighted. That part looks highlighted, so it's easier to find the problem spot. Let me see if I can stick it on a piece of paper and show you. So it looks like that. So it sort of goes over. You can see the music through that. But the benefit of this as opposed to highlighters, then you can peel it off once you fix it. Whoops. Oh, here's some music. Let's put it on there. You can see what I'm talking about. Like that. See, it looks kind of highlighted. So that's a very handy thing. I think there's regular old Post-it flags that you can get like that. You can stick them on the spots. I've also had students do like a Xerox copy of their music, cut it out with scissors, and paste all the problem spots onto one piece of paper. Some other people had a big Post-it pad, with lines on it, or just a regular notebook or whatever, and then they just write down, measure numbers, where are the problem spots. That is a good way to do it too, because then you could take notes on how you're going to fix it, like what works to improve that spot. Anyway, that's how I keep track of my problem spots. That's a really important skill, to be able to find your problem spots and to identify them. And of course, then there's problem solving. Like, well, why is that spot a problem? Sometimes it's just that it's just harder and you have to practice it more. But as I work through my various problem spots, I have already worked on all of these quite a lot. So it's not like a mystery to me what the solution is, but I'll just, say it out loud to be helpful. So the first part I'm going to work on is Variation 7 of Clara Schumann, Variations on a Theme by Robert Schumann, Opus 20. And there's not that many problems in this at this point. I did play this in March, and I got it to where it felt comfortable, so I'm confident that I can get all these spots to be good. The first problem spot is just the theme. It's like most Western music, has 4 measures that start and go one way, and then it starts over again with the same 4 measures, and it goes in a different direction. So when it goes to the second 4 measures, I tend to get confused, or I just don't know it as well, because the first part is stuck in my head. So that's my first problem spot, is the measure 5. So let me get into this a little bit. So I feel my eyes going up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like I don't know where the left-hand note leaps are. So for drama, I have a blindfold. So I'm going to practice it with the blindfold. I have to remember what it is first. That's all I remember. So I don't even remember it. That's a problem. Make sure that's right. Yeah. Okay. To that lead back to the E. My fingers are like little creepy crawlers. Okay. Get better. So what I'm doing now is I'm thinking, I'm focusing on what I need to pay attention to help find the leap, where I'm going. So I know the next note that the left hand leaps to is very near to where this is. So that's what I'm thinking, like go near where the right hand is. That's where it goes. So I went too far. Now this one, the E, it's E and F and B and C are what we call the natural half step. So it's a bigger space because there's 2 white keys in a row. So I was on the F sharp, then I have to go back to E. So I'm just looking for this big space with my pinky and going to the left side of it. Same thing, I have to the left hand leaps to where the right hand is already. They're like crossed here. And then here I had to play D, so I'm finding that natural half step with fingers 3 and 4. I forgot the notes. Okay, one more time. So now I'm thinking of that as, and now cross over a major third. That's right. Yeah. Because that's something I've already done in my piano life, like a lot. I play that interval. So I just have to remind myself of what it is that I need to do, and then I can do it. Is that my fingering? I don't have a fingering there. Okay, I think it's a 4. Yeah, so if I was in a cult, it would be the fingering cult, that you need a fingering for every note, and you need to write it down. So anyway, here I am. Okay, I think that's enough of that one. Another thing about problem spots is it's really good to do them some, like 3 to 5 times maybe, and then leave and go do something else, and then come back and revisit them, especially if it's something that's like really physically hard for you that is only getting a little bit better each time. That spot is more like I just don't know it. It's not going to be physically. I mean, I have this physical skill that it's not that hard once I know what it is. Okay, I'm on my next spot. I'm trying to remember where it is exactly. I have a star, but like exactly what is the problem? That's where it is. Oh, yeah, now I remember. It's that the thumbs have to trade. I'm going to write that down so I don't have to refigure it out the next time I'm practicing that spot. So I don't have to go, now what was it again? I just have it written right here on my score, and then I know what it is that I'm supposed to be practicing. I know what I need to think. Oops. Hey, Paul. Okay. Where is it? This is here. Okay, I got there fine, but my shoulder doesn't feel right, and then left hand's. Just go get to it again. That was a spot that was not that good physically for a long time. It's gotten much better in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. But the left hand just never felt all that comfortable there. So I've learned new things about how to sit in a way that makes my shoulders feel more comfortable. So what I was practicing there was making sure I'm sitting in the new way so the shoulder feels good, and then it all feels much more balanced. My hand feels more balanced on the piano. did this one on the practicing yesterday. It's a spot it wasn't a problem until I started to go faster, which I like going faster. And this, I think it makes it better musically. And I discovered this spot. And then yesterday I found out the solution. I have it written in my music. So I practiced it last night, and I'm just going to keep at it till I don't have to think about it for it to be successful. For me to do it without playing wrong notes is what I mean. Like that, wrong note. I'm doing it with my eyes closed. So it's interesting because I'm here, my thumb's on that E, and then the next note I need to play is here. So usually that's an easy leap, but I had to go over the black keys. My thumb has to play G sharp. So I tend to kind of chip the black keys. That's the problem. So the reason I was missing it was my body was over this way, and I would sort of crash in right here. My elbow would crash into my torso. So now I'm sitting. I'm kind of leaning over this way. I'm pushing off my feet a little bit to help feel really strong in the core. Now I forgot the notes. I got there. I didn't feel very balanced, so I'm going to do it again. Do my interleave clicking up for this. I don't think so. I want to hit more spots. The clicking up takes a long time. Okay. I just kind of forget what the notes are here. I'm just going to do each bar 3 times carefully. Again, I'm kind of pushing over this way, core is activated, because I have to play here. It's big, it's a 10th, and it's in the black keys. So if I'm sitting here, my elbow's in the way, I can't really get to that A sharp comfortably. That feels secure. Moving on. Let's do both of them. That mistake, I stop, slow down, take a look. What did I do wrong? I just didn't really know what was coming next. I don't know why I don't feel like I know the notes in this particular section. It's a much easier section within a harder variation, so I didn't play it very much at all because I was working on the harder spot. So maybe because it's at the end of the easier part. I don't know. Not sure. circle spot. There's a theme. They're all over here. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. But first I want to check and see if the problem with this one is what's before it. Sometimes it's not the actual place that you have the problem in one place, but that's not the actual problem. The problem is getting to where you need to be to start. And because this is way over here, I'm thinking that might be the way over here. I mean my body in this position, not in the middle of the keyboard. No, it's not the position, it's that the pattern changes. Okay. I'm moving on to the next spot. Oops, wrong notes. That's the previous beat. Okay, so this, my hand is like normal, flat, but for the roll, I have to go on the side and kind of move my two near my thumb, and that's got to happen really fast. Right there. Okay, good. Yay. Let's go back a little bit. Let's put it in context. Oh no, I play that here. Good. Okay. And then I think this is a pattern changing problem again, which is a classic category of mistake spots. You're doing one thing for a while, 10 measures, 3 pages, whatever. You're doing the same kind of thing, and then suddenly it changes. It's hard to track and make sure that you get the change at the right moment. Okay, so I'm thinking of it. New thing. And the third thing is different. Kind of mark that in here. Okay, till here. I just draw lines to indicate it's like right there. If you can see this, that line that I drew. That's to tell me. That's my marking that I use to tell me to think of all these many notes going along. No, all just a torrent of notes, but to not think of it that way, to think of it in chunks. It's like when you have a phone number, you don't think of all 10 digits at once. You think of the area code, which and then the little prefix, which you're probably somewhat familiar with, and then the last 4 numbers. That's an example of this chunking idea. So when you actually play it, you don't stop between the groups. Just like when you dial a phone number, you don't stop between each group unless you need to remember what to dial. Okay. Maybe I'll do this one a couple more times. So I noticed feeling like I had to look, so I'm practicing closing my eyes. Whoa, I skipped something. And the stopping and not playing in rhythm, I'm making sure that I'm on the correct notes before I play them. So this is another technique to make sure you're not practicing mistakes. I don't find that I have trouble putting it back into rhythm. Haven't had students that had trouble with that. It's possible it could mess somebody up with the rhythm. I haven't seen that though. The stopping to make sure the leaps are good. I should say, I shouldn't. I don't mean good. I mean accurate. Accurate is what I mean by good. Okay, one more time. Okay. And I'll be coming back to these passages tonight too. All right. Okay. This is another variation. It's not even. So this is a Bluetooth pedal that turns pages. Well, you can set it up to do anything. I accidentally set it up yesterday, and it was increasing the speed on my metronome. I don't know how I did that, but so it doesn't just turn pages, but that's what I use it for. There, okay, it's set up. Almost always, when you have to do that page turn with your foot pedal, it's distracting. The brain gets distracted, and tends to be a place where there's mistakes. So I always practice all the page turns more, but some of them are much more wicked than others, and this is one of them. Okay, wasn't exactly steady, but I did it. Let's go closer. That again. So I'm turning it a bar early, and I do not have the bar memorized. And I definitely need to turn it. I mean, like if I turn it early, then the notes that have already disappeared because I turned the page. I don't have them memorized, and I can't turn it late because this is too hard. It's too hard to be doing all that and be doing my foot at the same time. So I think that's my problem here. Not memorizing the notes uh, when I on the last measure of the page that I'm departing from. So I'm just playing with my eyes closed. There's also this lead going on near this big lead while I'm turning. So okay, that was mostly eyes closed. Now let's try a page turn. Ah, screwed me up. No, I can do it that whole part with memorized with my eyes closed, but as soon as I have to move my foot, it screws it up. And it's not a big movement. My foot is like right on the pedal, but as soon as I have to like put my foot down on the pedal, I get distracted. I can't. It messes me up. So anyway, I'm gonna go slower. Okay, that was eyes closed. Successful with the foot on the pedal. Okay, page turn was okay though. Okay. Missed the lead. Okay, good enough. This is an octave variation. I'm going to do the clicking up thing on this one. I haven't done that one right here. Split view. Okay. What's my goal? So for those of you that haven't seen this before, the interleaved clicking up, you're gradually increasing the speed of the metronome, but you're not just playing the same passage over and over. You start with a small bit, you click it up, you add on something new, and then you kind of alternate between the new and the old as you're clicking up, and you add something new, and then you keep alternating across the three parts. There is a very systematic pattern that you're supposed to follow, which I forget, and I don't have another device here to display the image that I use to keep track, so I'm kind of winging it on the lives here with exactly how I'm doing the speeding up. Seems to be reasonably effective anyway, so okay, I think I need some. Oh, shut up. Okay, 70. This is way over here, and I'm really concentrating on my shoulder and how I'm sitting or leaning. Okay. Oh, there's one more. God. Okay. No. Definitely gonna be doing more of this. Oh. Gotta keep going that way. Oh. I'm gonna stay there. Okay, I'll call it good enough. Okay, I think that other part's okay. That's all right. I don't think I'm gonna play it quite that fast. Maybe. Maybe I'll get it there. I don't know. I think I'm gonna play it a little slower though. At least today, I'm thinking I'll play it slower. All right. Oops. Come on. All right. Now I'm going to go to my document with the screenshots of all the hard spots, and I'm going to mostly work on the spots in the scherzo that I know are really hard for me. I need the 100, count triplets, 300, 150 down here. Okay. Doing a little math here. Oh boy. The left hand just keeps improvising fingerings. It's just a chromatic scale. You would think I would have that down, but okay, that's as fast as I can keep track of the fingering, so I'm going to just leave it there. I went too far. It's quite a different thing to play it slowly. I've been playing it really fast for a long time, and it's different problems show up when I go slow that I think are just covered when I go fast. It's not. I don't think there are problems that go away when I go fast. It's just I don't notice them. That's right. Definitely right. Okay. That doesn't seem right. Why? I don't know. I'm going to start in the middle. Try to. But the problem in this passage that I have is that the right hand's fine, and the left hand's sort of like hiding under the right hand. It's not really playing all the notes sometimes, and it's also not really with the right hand. So sometimes it's almost like it kind of fades out of my awareness. I'm not clear that every finger is playing. So that's what I'm working on. It's really feeling that the left hand is playing every note and it's playing it right with the right hand, and that my shoulder and arm are feeling exactly how I want them to feel. And I can't do that very fast. Hello to everyone who's joining. I'm assuming this person's name is Dawn. was here. Maybe. I can't tell if I'm with it or not. Sort of. Let's get rid of those other beats. See if, oh, get rid of the pendulum too. Okay. Now I can tell if I'm with it or not. I'm not with it, but I can tell. Yeah. Nobody plays it with the accents on the beat, but I just want to know if I can do it. The reason I realize that I want to know is because I always feel like I have no idea what the tempo is after I finish this run. Because I couldn't track the beats during the run. So I just sort of, I don't know, I just feel unmoored from what the tempo is. And I don't like that feeling. I can't play it any faster right now and really keep it with the metronome. So I'm going to have to come back to that. I think I have to do this part with the 4 score, with the actual music. Okay, close, split view, metronome. Ugh. I think I showed this before on the live, but just in case you didn't see it, I have the metronome on a split view here because my phone is doing the live. And I usually do the metronome on my phone. And yesterday, somehow, yeah, I don't know how, excuse me, I got the metronome to be like a floating window, which is kind of nice. Okay, what am I doing? I'm doing, no, where is it? Nope, this. Okay, I need those back. Oh yeah, no, I can't do it this way. Wait. Oh yeah. Gotta write it on here. What was that? Oh no. There's something I figured out that made this part easier, and I remembered the general idea of it, like that I have to think of it as two octaves, like here and there, but I don't remember how can I say it? I was thinking, think octaves when I got to that part, but it was not sufficient. I think that was obvious. I couldn't really play it accurately. So I have to refine what it is that I'm thinking so it's more precise. Okay. I think, and I wrote in the score, I think, where are the octaves? Exactly which notes? It's here. And then here. It's kind of tricky because what is it? Yeah, I'm going. Then I put my pinky here on the E, and I play the bottom of my octave that I'm supposed to think about with the 2. So it is an octave span here, but I'm not playing a 5-1. I'm playing a 5-5-5-2. Because this is more doable. That's why I'm doing that. just trying to really do that one. That's pretty fast. Let's go back and add the run before it. Also a problem. The right thing. I'm not quite with the metronome on the run. It's in here. Oh no, it's here. That. Let's wait, this to this. That's fast enough for that part. Trying to think if there's others. I want to go over. Oh yeah, this thing started to give me a problem again. It's here. Okay. Where am I going to start? It's not there. All right, I'm going to play the last third of the Scherzo. Oh, here's some more people to wave at. That's always nice. The piece is Chopin Scherzo number 4 in E major. And I'm about to play the last third of it. It's a little more than a third, which is the hardest part. And I didn't play it yet today, except for what you guys saw with the doing the different parts. Um, and this is definitely, it's something I almost always do getting ready for a performance is play through my piece. Um, I often do it like very first thing when I sit down at the piano, just because that more simulates the performance experience where um, you're not playing the piece for 25 minutes and then you say to the audience, okay, I'm ready now, pay attention. You have to launch into it cold. So um, I try to practice doing that. I don't usually start here, so. Maybe I start here. That's a dramatic way to end. That's kind of a memory review for me to play that whole thing, and I had a little memory trouble there where I sort of slowed down. But I did, and I also got distracted because I was thinking about, oh, I practiced that part last night. Well, it's better. Oh, I practiced this part that way, and it's better. So yeah, that happens. So part of the performance preparation run through practice I'll do is kind of working on my mental script. What is it that I'm going to think about while I'm playing each piece? Anyway, that's all for the live today. Thank you for joining me, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.